Well, next up, I'm very excited to introduce you to an author who has the probably the second most coveted textbook in my life. The first one was I wanted that manual when I had my child. And for sure, the other textbook I would want is one I know you will want. There is no excuse not to get this book. It's totally free today. The link is below. And it is the Happiness Textbook. I know you've been waiting for this. It's the ultimate manual for mastering the law of attraction. I'm going to bring the author of that book right here to the red carpet with me. Hello. I'm sneaking in a hug and hoping for some magical pixie dust. I'll just rub a little right here. Olivia Tiffin. She is the author of the Happiness Textbook. Everyone needs to get this. Olivia, tell people a little bit about what they're going to find when they open the Happiness Textbook.
So the law of attraction is a force that's working in our lives every minute, every moment of our lives, day in and day out. And whether we believe in it or not, or whether we know how to utilize it or not, it's affecting and shaping the quality of our life. And so what I've done in this book is I've broken down the fundamental principles of law of attraction into easy understand principles. And I show people that we all have areas in our life that are functioning well. And so in those areas, you're already using law of attraction principles effectively. And then we have other areas of our life where we might not be as thrilled about some of the outcomes that we have. And in those areas, law of attraction is not working in a way that we want it to. So I show people, once they've learned the principles, how to take and understand what areas are working in your life, and then how to utilize it in the areas that aren't working, and basically start creating a life that you love and start learning how to live, have a happily ever after on a daily basis.
So this was one of my greatest law of attraction victories. Was I always had enough money. So I got my first job, which was in 1994, was $55,000. All my friends got jobs for like $20,000. Like my last job was like $150,000 as a salary. Like I always had a great salary. I always had a great job, and I always had a weight problem. And I had certain thoughts about money, which is mostly like for my age, I'm always going to make the most. Like that just seemed obvious. And then I had certain thoughts about my weight, which was like, for my age, I'm always going to be the heaviest person in the room. And like, you would be surprised when I just borrowed my money thought and applied it to my weight. And it was crazy what happened.
And it works like that with everything. I mean, I do that with parking places because, and it seems small, but when you're out living your life and you're in a hurry or you want to go somewhere, if you just show up and there's your parking place,
do you just know you're always going to have a good space?
Yeah, I just know. And that's a belief that I always have. So either somebody is pulling out as I'm pulling up, or there's a space already for me. And this is in busy cities too. So it really is a belief and a feeling and an expectation. And when you cooperate with the universe as in believing that you will get what you want, it just magically falls into place.
It's so crazy how it works. And honestly, we just have to tell everybody. It's like when you learn, it would be like if we had to teach everybody and try and convince them that gravity was real.
Right.
And they would, it's just, we all believe in gravity. Once you see how law of attraction works, it is always working. You don't have to learn how to make gravity work.
Right. Yeah. No, if you jump out of a second-story window, it's going to hurt.
100% of the time.
And when you don't know how to utilize law of attraction properly, it's going to hurt.
Yep. It's been so much fun working with you on this book, because so much of what I do at the author incubator is just really forcing the law of attraction. They don't realize it, but the minute you sign up, we know when your manuscript is going to be done. And the minute your manuscript is done, we know when you're going to be standing on this red carpet. We know when you're going to publish. And so we just assume this is all going to happen. And magically, I think we're at 98.76% of the time, it actually happens.
Yeah. Yep. It was actually meeting Angela was a law of attraction story for me, because I had wanted to write a book for an extended period of time. And about 3 years ago, I knew that happiness was what I wanted to write about. And late at night, I couldn't sleep. I was watching some YouTube clips, and your ad kept coming on, and I hadn't seen it in a while. It came on like 15 times in a row, and I was thinking, okay, all right, I'll watch it. And then I did, and then that was it, because it was just the right fit. It was perfect. And
Yeah,
so,
we speak the same language for
yes,
sure.
yeah,
I love the
absolutely.
happiness textbook language. I'm going to ask you some questions. Let's see. I like this one because we had this conversation at the beginning. This is from Lynn from Lawrence, Kansas. Lynn, you will be surprised to know I have been to Lawrence, Kansas. So Lynn asks, how did you ensure there was not already a similar book out there? It's a trick question
that
for
is
you.
a trick question. Because at first, I think I was a little bit naive. I just really jumped into this. And because like I said, when I saw your video, and I got this hot flash in my body, and I've had that a few times. So that's one thing I teach in my book, is for you to learn how to recognize how law of attraction works for you. And so
Mine is my hamstrings get tight.
Oh, interesting.
Crazy.
So yeah, but that's what I do, is show you what works for you, so you get your individual way to do that. And so for me, because of that hot flash, I knew I was on the right path. So I just dove in completely naively. But then when I started looking at some of other law of attraction books, because of course I was starting to get worried and had the same fears that everybody else did, and who am I to write this book and all this stuff. But I found that there are just certain principles that were missing in some of the books, because really law of attraction is about building or developing your own relationship with yourself. And so I basically have created a blueprint helping you figure out your way,
brand.
yes, of how you interact with your world and how you utilize law of attraction.
I love this. So, Lynn, this is what I want to tell you is if there was not a similar book out there, it's probably a terrible idea. So, there are 350,000 books published every month. The people who are most likely to buy a law of attraction book are people who have bought a law of attraction book. So we are not worried if there is a similar book out there. But what we do want for your book, Lynn, is what Olivia has just demonstrated with her book, which is that we want your book to be your special sauce. It's unique to you and your perspective on that topic. And nobody else could write Olivia's book. There are lots of other great law of attraction books. We're both going to read them.
Yeah.
We're going to read them. We're going to love them. And that is fine. There doesn't have to be one book on a topic. We don't even want there to be one book. But what I think, I'm going to show people your book because it is a fantastic book cover. But what's amazing about the happiness textbook is it is Olivia's take after how many years of practicing law of attraction?
Well, 10 years consciously, but I mean,
we're all practicing, right. But like 10 years of actually studying how this works. This is just a part of, but some of the key findings from her decade of investigation. And there is something in your life, Lynn, too, that we can focus on that is your zone of genius, your special sauce, your experience. Olivia, you've done this beautifully with the happiness textbook. I'm so grateful for you to share that message because I do think this is the message that heals the planet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.